In my research, I analyzed the phenomenon of reflection in contemporary art. Interactive artworks and their meanings aims to theoretically shape the perception of reflection in art and define it as a discourse of transformed, reduced, and constantly recreated mimesis. The reflective surface seems to mimic visible reality, so from a phenomenological point of view, reflection acts as a spontaneous repetition and resemblance of the present. The memory is explored as fixating and recreating medium of the past, while visible environment and reflection act as a brief mimesis of reality, a non-fixative medium. This notion in contemporary discourse questions the concept of mimesis. It means a fission-based relationship of the image to reality, which is reduced not only in form, but also in terms of time. In modernity, mimesis always acts as an ontological reduction, and mimetic artworks become continuations of the passing present and reality in time. Today's mimesis reduces time to a moment and shifts the semantic load from the work to the perceiver, depriving them of the opportunity to repeat the work. Therefore, I believe that reflection is one of the categories of modernity, functioning as an extreme form of mimesis, beyond the representation of action, condensing the perceived reality through the dimension of temporality. The perception of temporality reduces the imitation of reality to an instantaneous impression, defined in the perception of duration, while the experience of temporality remains unspoken. Nowadays, the mimetic fluidity is made relevant, and the continuity of eternity is reduced in time not only by the mirror or the other reflective surface, but also by various portraying and reproducing media. I would like to briefly present the Lithuanian artist Julia Pociūtė and her exhibition "The Dazzled Eye Lost His Speech," exhibited at Gallery Meno Parkas in 2020. By using the synthesis of reflections and light, but also the canonical composition of sounds, she presents some illuminated and sculptural objects and video work. The most important accent here becomes the overlap of the experience realities and the spaces between the different registers of time that open up to the viewer's perception. On the mirror surface, the image is temporary, and a temporality reduces the imitation of reality to a momentary impression. Pociūtė's works evoke the introspective state of the viewer, which forms self-image against the reflective and non-capturing surface, thanks to which a temporal experience of the seeing is briefly suspended in the ever-passing present. In this cycle of illuminated objects, using reflective stripes and visual parts of photography on the same surface at the same time, the capturing of the past and the reflection of the present overlap on a single screen, and the viewer's gaze becomes the main tool for sensing the abruptly disappearing, intransparent reflection of the present time. The context of the exhibition expands. There is no more emphasis placed on the guideline or the binary oppositions, and the loop appears with no way out and no end, but rather with a procedural flow of time, compressing them into one singular point. When viewed from a distance, a photographic image is visible, although part of the photograph has been removed from our field of vision by replacing it with a reflective surface. The gaze fills in the missing areas of the images and allows it to be perceived holistically. That which interacts in the artwork is a visually recalled past experience, digitally captured and transferred to a new image register, and spontaneous present that mimics the reality as it is experienced. From the point of view of the philosopher David Hoy, there is no present, and temporality is a condition for the possibility of subjectivity. When the agent perceives himself or herself in the moment of experience, the experience is already over, and the present has turned into the past, or as I have mentioned, the passing present. In this case, the present modality, a phenomenon of experience, cannot exist in the time frame, because the now is always neutralizing itself. Julia makes a video film where she picks up the reflections in the recorded image, and the canonical sound is hearing over and over again. You can experience the artwork both by sight and by hearing. The shifting abstract images on the screen interacting with the space-piercing composition of canonical music create an authentic experience awakened by capturing different senses, that on the contents of the past and the present moment, but also turning into an engaging and hypnotizing reception of the presentness. Audio and video recording captures a certain period of time and, by assembling fragments of the past reality into a specific sequence, creates the former reality, but also asserts its duality in another time and space. As artists said, interruptions of time are like a slowed down experience of the present, which is possible by experiencing profoundly the present moment, by feeling the full palette of its colors, sensations, and tastes. This requires the training of one's experiential awareness, allowing one to find oneself in an intensified present moment that pushes one out of the rotating spiral of time. At the moment, in the observation of one short flash, she continuity of experience can emerge, consisting of the experience of oneness with oneself and the surroundings, no matter how illusory they may seem. By exploring the interplay of photography, reflections, performative images, and sounds, the artist captures the temporality of video and sound and allows everyone to immerse themselves in an autonomous state of listening to the space of the work, thus capturing the condensed multi-layered reality. By turning images into a reproduction of digitalized reality, Julia Ponciūtė constructs an illusory memory, which acts in her work as a constantly self-recreating medium for capturing the experiences of the ever-passing present, filled with flashes of sounds and images. This exhibition is like an irritating opening in which the volatile experiences of time expand our perception of the present. Thank you for your attention.